Chapter 35. Inside the elevator, on our way up to the critical care unit on the 4th floor of the Selena Hope Hospital, Mama squeezed us all to her once again, kissing each of us on the top of the head. "We've been so worried," was all she could manage to say, and still keep her voice under control. Hooking one arm through Fish's and holding my hand in hers, while Rocket wrangled both Gypsy and Grandpa Bamba, Mama tucked Samson up under her wing, as though, by keeping us close enough, we might not disappear again. Rocket stared my way like he was examining me for new spots or stripes. He looked me over head to toe and back again. "How'd your birthday treat you, Mibs?" he finally asked, just as the elevator doors opened up on the 4th floor. For a moment, we all just stood there. We knew Rocket wasn't asking about my cake or my party, or even my runaway journey through the heartland. Mama looked at me anxiously, as though having been steeped in all of her other worries, she'd almost forgotten about my savvy. The elevator door began to close again, with all of us still standing inside, but I reached out and caught it with my hand. "It treated me just fine, Rocket," I answered, as though I hadn't had a single lick of trouble. "I believe that me and the world will survive my savvy, once I get a bit more used to it, that is." Glancing at the nurse's station just across the hall, Mama said, "I want to hear all about everything. I want to know about your savvy, Mibs," she said quietly, "and everything that's happened to you since we last saw you. You have to tell me the whole story, from start to finish. All of you." "First, Papa?" whispered Samson, tugging again on Mama's sleeve. Mama smiled the saddest smile I've ever seen. Her smile was perfectly heartbreaking. Unable to speak, she nodded, tears filling up her blue eyes. Stepping off the elevator, Mama led us toward the nurse's station. The nurses all looked up from their coffee and their charts, smiling at Mama and Grandpa and the rest of us, like they were saying, sorry that your papa's hurt. Sorry that he's broken." "Are these the rest of your children, Mrs. Beaumont?" asked the nurse, wearing bright blue scrubs dotted with little rainbows. "Yes," said Mama. She nodded quickly toward Fish and Samson and me. "These 3 are my delinquents, my wandering adventurers." "We were just trying to get down here, Mama," I said plaintively. "I just had to see Papa. I had to." Mama smiled. "I know, Mibs." Then, turning back to the nurse, she asked, "Can I take my children in to see their Papa now? Because I honestly can't predict what might happen if they don't get to see him soon." "Yes, Mrs. Beaumont," said the nurse with a kindly nod. "You can take them in." Mama led us across the hall toward a half-open door, passing a maintenance man on a ladder who was cursing to himself as he replaced a long fluorescent light in the ceiling. Stopping, with her fingers wrapped around the door handle, Mama looked each of us in the eye, as though she was reeling us into her, trying to hold us close with her gaze. "Mama," said Fish, without just a trace of wind blowing the hair out of his eyes, "Papa hasn't woken up yet?" "Not yet, Fish," Mama said. "Not yet." Then, sharing a sorrowful, knowing look with Grandpa and taking a deep breath, she continued slowly, choosing each word carefully. "The doctors say, well, they say he may not." Then she added quickly, "But we will keep hoping and praying, because if nothing else, those are things we can all do." I felt as though the earth was going to open up and swallow me, and I wondered if Grandpa was shaking the ground, or if it was only my legs quaking beneath me. Mama looked quickly toward Fish, past experience readying her for a storm, but aside from a smattering of rain against the windows, just beyond the nurse's station, Fish was holding it together. I suppose it could have been the numbing shock of Mama's words that dampened Fish's savvy, or even Samson's hand in his. Perhaps it was Fish's own brand-new scumbling strength. But standing there outside Papa's room, not even a breeze tickled the air. Mama looked then at Rocket. "I'll be okay," he reassured her. "I can go in this time. Please, Mama, it'll be worse if you make me stay out." Casting her glance from the man on the ladder to stray shards of glass missed by the last sweep up of the hard tiled floor, Mama didn't look convinced. but Rocket's eyes pleaded with her, and she finally gave in. I knew she wanted our whole family together at last. Finally, her glance fell on me. Is there anything I need to know, Mibbs, before we go in? I shook my head. Nothing, I whispered. There's nothing. How I had hoped that this moment would come, and I would find the power to wake up Papa, to rescue him, and bring him back home to us in Gonsaga and Brancis. But like the color of my eyes or the size of my feet, my savvy wasn't something I had any say over. Just like everyone else, I could do nothing for Papa now. With one last look at her extraordinary family, Mama pushed the door to Papa's room all the way open, and we filed in quietly to find Papa resting, looking nothing at all like Sleeping Beauty.